My child, listen closely. For before the shaking, before the doors began to tremble, before your soul felt the tremors of transition, I have been speaking, not in thunder, but in whispers, not in flashes of lightning, but in the quiet turning of your seasons. You have wondered, haven't you? Did he forget me in this long quiet? Did my prayers ascend only to fall silent at heaven's gates? I heard every cry. I caught every sigh. I measured every tear that no one else saw. You called it silence. I called it sacred. You called it delay. I called it design. For in the moments when you felt unseen, I was watching most tenderly. In the moments when your voice faltered and your faith felt thin as paper, I was nearer than your breath. Child, do not despise the waiting, for though it felt as chains to you, to me it was the womb of purpose. You prayed for release. I prepared you for rain. You asked for relief. I rooted you for responsibility. Understand this. Heaven never wastes time. Every second when nothing seemed to move, I was moving deep beneath the surface. Every hour you stayed faithful without fruit was a seedbed for greater glory. You feared you were being forgotten. You feared you were bypassed. But I say to you now, you were being fortified. Look at yourself now. You are not the same as when this began. The version of you that entered the trial has long since bowed to the version that arose in its ashes. You thought you were breaking, but you were breaking open to new depths of trust, breaking open to surrender not yet known, breaking open so I could fill every hollow space you tried to protect. Yes, you protected yourself. You built walls. You silenced hopes. You tamed your dreams so they wouldn't taunt you anymore. But beloved, I was never offended by your defense mechanisms. I saw behind them. While you pretended to be fine, I saw the silent screams. While you performed for others, I sat beside the weary child hidden within. And when you asked, "Where are you, Lord?" I whispered again and again, closer than you can fathom. The wait was not wasted. In the hidden hours, I refined your discernment. You now hear what you once missed. The noise no longer captivates you like before. The cheap approval of men has lost its charm. You asked me for clarity, and I gave you a wilderness. Because in the wilderness, clarity is no longer optional. It becomes vital. You learned to find me when no one else understood. You learned to trust when everything visible screamed otherwise. You learned that my promises are not proven in comfort, but in contradiction. Child, this was preparation, and now the shift begins. You have crossed an invisible threshold. You may not feel it yet, but heaven knows. The weight you once carried now feels lighter. The invisible resistance that met you every morning has begun to loosen its grip. What once felt impossible now whispers, "Soon." But hear me, child. Do not mistake movement for ease. This is not the end of pressing. It is the end of isolation. You will still battle, but you will no longer battle alone. You will still face giants, but now you will face them with a mantle. You will still need to endure, but now endurance will feel like partnership, not punishment. Because I am not just ahead of you, I am with you. Your yes has built altars in unseen realms. Every day you did not give up. It echoed in eternity. Every night you said, "I trust you," even here it thundered louder than any sermon. I did not need your perfection. I needed your permission. And child, you gave it. Through tears, through trembling hands, through questions and half-finished prayers. You said yes, and that yes, even weak and weary, unlocked doors that strength never could. Now, beloved, prepare your heart, because the wait ends, but the unveiling begins. The promises I whispered when you could barely hold on, they are standing in line to manifest. The dreams you buried beneath duty and disappointment, they are stretching their arms ready to rise again. The prayers you thought expired, they are not dead. They are alive and awaiting activation by my decree. You asked if I remembered. I say, I remember everything. Not a moment slipped by unseen, not a day faded without record. You live under heaven's watchful gaze. And now, in my divine timing, not rushed, not delayed, the appointed hour draws near. The atmosphere is changing. Where confusion ruled, clarity is being crowned. Where heaviness reigned, joy is being poured. Where scarcity held, provision is being unlocked. Where rejection thrived, favor is about to rest. You have known me as sustainer. Now you will know me as sender. You have known me as keeper. Now you will know me as door opener. You have known me in private. Now you will reveal me in public. This is the shift. This is the announcement. This is the breaking of the long night. So rise, child, not in arrogance, but in assurance. Not in striving, but in surrender. Not with fear, but with fire. Because the wait ends, not someday, but now. And heaven is watching, smiling, and saying, "It is time." My child, now that you have crossed the threshold, now that the stillness has shifted and the winds of purpose are stirring, you must understand what you are becoming. You are not simply stepping into breakthrough. You are stepping into identity, not the one others labeled, not the one circumstances distorted, but the one I've always seen. You were never just a survivor. You were never just a prayer warrior in pain. You were never just someone making it through. You are my messenger, and messengers are not formed in comfort. They are forged in fire. You asked me why the weight was so heavy, why the pressure mounted with no explanation, why your joy sometimes felt thin, why the days blurred and your voice felt hoarse from unanswered prayers. I tell you now, you are not being punished. You are being positioned. Heaven does not send empty hands to hurting lands, and I would not let you be released until your heart could carry the oil I entrusted to you. So I pressed you. Yes, I allowed the crushing, not because I was angry, but because I was near. And what crushed you did not kill you. It purified you. The message is you. Not just the words you'll speak, but the life you've lived. Your scars are sermons. Your endurance is evidence. Your obedience is an open door. They will ask you, how did you keep believing? And your answer will not be in a lecture. It will be in your presence. You will walk into rooms and peace will follow. You will speak and atmospheres will shift. You will worship and people will encounter what they couldn't explain before. This is not charisma. This is not performance. This is glory, carried through brokenness that stayed yielded. You are ready now. Not because you've perfected the journey, but because you've surrendered the parts you couldn't fix. I do not need your polish. I do not require your eloquence. I am after your yield. You yielded in secret, and now I will pour in public. My spirit is resting on you in a fresh way. Do you feel it? That stirring that won't let you settle anymore. That divine discomfort not rooted in striving but in holy urgency. You are being called higher, not for performance, but for communion. Not for platform, but for presence. And yes, you will be visible. Yes, I will open doors. But your assignment is not attention. It is alignment. The influence will come, but only as a result of intimacy. Stay close, stay low, stay near, because the secret place will always be your source. Without it, the weight of influence will become heavy. With it, the weight becomes glory. Let me reintroduce you. The world knew you by your seasons. They called you based on your last struggle. They saw what broke you, not what built you. But I see rightly, and I say now, you are rising not as a product of pain, but as a witness of promise. What you've carried quietly, will now speak loudly. The word inside of you is not theory, it is testimony. Your story has not disqualified you, it has qualified you. I do not hide the process, I display it. I use it to break chains in others. You will speak, and walls will fall. You will write, and hearts will open. You will pray and shackles will drop. But hear me now, this next season will not be about speed. It will be about strategy. Don't run ahead. Walk with me. Let me mark every step. You are not entering an event. You are entering a divine era. And eras are built, not rushed. So I will teach you pace. I will teach you rhythm. I will teach you what to say no to, so you can guard what I've said yes to. You will begin to feel it. The internal shift from pressure to purpose. From panic to peace. From wondering, will it ever come, to knowing it is already here. The seeds you've sown in tears and I'm watering. The words you've spoken in faith, I'm honoring. The dreams you shelved in disappointment, I'm reviving. Do not fear the momentum. It's not man-made. It's not hype, it's heaven. And heaven always moves in waves. So ride the wave, child. But do not lose your anchor. Your anchor is not results. Your anchor is relationship. You don't need to build anything I haven't breathed on. You don't need to chase validation. You don't need to prove you're ready. You are ready. Because I've said so. Because I've prepared you. Because I've watched every moment of your becoming, and I am not ashamed to call you mine. So come, take the next step. Open your hands again. Trust the prompting. Respond to the leading. Even when it feels unfamiliar, I'm in it. Even when the details aren't clear, my peace will be. Even when you feel unqualified, my grace will qualify you again. I'm not asking you to move by logic, I'm asking you to move by obedience, and when you speak, hearts will soften, chains will break, lies will dissolve. Not because of your volume, but because of your vine. You're rooted in me now, and rooted voices cannot be silenced. Let this be your reminder. You're not just stepping into destiny, you are destiny moving, and everything you've carried is now carrying you. The tears, the prayers, the pressing. It's oil now, and that oil is about to flow. So go with boldness, with tenderness, with clarity, with joy. You are not who you were. You are becoming everything I saw in you all along, and the world is about to see what heaven already knows. The wait ends, and the message walks. My child, lean close. The whisper that began in the waiting has now become a sound. Not noise, not chaos, but a sound of assignment. You hear it, though you cannot always explain it. You sense it, though you dare not presume it. Yet I say, presume no longer. This sound is not imagination, it is invitation. For too long, you believed calling was for others. You believed purpose belonged to those louder, stronger, and more certain. But I tell you, those I call are not always the ones the world would crown. I call those who know the weight of silence. I call those who know how to listen before they speak. I call those who carry scars, not status. You are called, not conditionally, not temporarily, but eternally. I marked you before time began. I whispered your name before the foundations of the world were laid. You did not stumble here by chance. You were sent here by design. But calling comes with clarity, and so I speak plainly now. You were not called to be everything. You were called to be exactly what I designed. Stop comparing your path. Stop envying another's portion. Stop questioning why your journey seemed harder, longer, or quieter. Every path has its purpose. Your wilderness refined compassion. Your delays built discernment. Your losses birthed purity. Your hiddenness protected the oil. You do not lack. You are loaded. You are full of what this season requires. And where you feel empty, I will fill as you pour. Assignment begins where assumption ends. No more assuming that obedience is optional. No more assuming that impact is for others. You asked me for influence. I gave you intercession. You asked me for visibility. I gave you vision. You asked me for platform. I gave you posture. Now I say, it is time for the merging, not of ambition and destiny, but of alignment and release. What I whispered in your wilderness will now become the word in your mouth. You will speak, and shackles will loosen. You will pray, and heaven will respond. You will love, and walls will fall. You did not miss your moment. You were being made for this one. But hear this deeply. Assignment is not applause. Do not confuse calling with crowd-pleasing. What I've placed on you will sometimes offend complacency. It will disrupt dead religion. It will challenge false comfort. Be brave. Not rude. Not reckless. But brave enough to stand when others sit. Brave enough to speak when others stay silent. Brave enough to love when others grow cold. This is your mandate, to reveal me, not replace me. You do not have to impress them. You only have to obey me. Obedience is success. Obedience is impact. Obedience is victory, and obedience will take you further than ambition ever could. I will send you into places you once feared, into rooms you once felt too small for, into conversations you once thought were above you, not because of your qualifications, but because of your yes. I move through yielded vessels, not polished performers, and you, child, are yielded. The oil flows best through cracks, and you did not hide yours from me. So now as go, not ahead of me, not apart from me, but with me. Your assignment will not be aimless. I will give you words to speak. You will not stumble in confusion. Your discernment has matured in the fire. You will know what is me and what is not. You will know where to plant and where to pass. You will know which battles are yours and which belong to me alone. I will send helpers, not crowds, but comrades. Those who see you rightly. Those who do not compete, but complete. Watch for them, honor them, walk with them, because calling does not flourish in isolation. I called you as mine, but I will align you with family. And when resistance comes, and it will, remember this. Resistance is not a rejection of your calling. It is often the confirmation of it. The enemy does not war against what does not threaten him. And you, child, are a threat now. Not because you seek warfare, but because you carry peace that cannot be manipulated. You are dangerous to darkness because you refuse to abandon light. You will feel the pushback, but you will also feel the wind, and my wind always wins. Assignment will awaken old dreams. You thought they died. You thought they were immature. You thought they were misplaced desires. But no, they were seeds. And assignment is the season of sprouting. Dreams you shelved will become blueprints. Visions you doubted will become directions. Passions you suppressed will become provision. Do not resist resurrection. When I breathe, dead things dance. When I speak, buried things bloom. So let me breathe again on what you dared not revisit. Let me revive again what once made your heart beat faster. Assignment activates all. You were made for movement, not for comfort, not for stagnation, not for eternal preparation. You are ready, not because you feel it, but because I said it. Go forward, step out, speak up, love radically, serve faithfully, and watch as I do through your yielded life what you could never do through your strongest efforts. Because this is not about your might, it is about your yes, and that yes still echoes through heaven. And heaven is responding. Now. The sound of assignment has been released. Not as a whisper anymore, but as a call. Not for tomorrow, but for today. You asked, when will my moment come? I say, your moment has come. Walk into it, beloved. Walk boldly, walk humbly, walk surrendered, walk aware, because when you walk, heaven walks with you, and where heaven walks, nothing stays the same. My child, sit with me again, not because you must, but because you want to. I do not force intimacy. I invite it. I do not demand devotion. I draw hearts with kindness. And now that you've stepped into calling, you must understand. Glory carries a weight, and those who carry my presence must learn how to walk under its weight without collapsing. This is not punishment, it is preservation. For to walk in glory is not to walk in ease. It is to walk in alignment. Not perfect steps, but present steps. Not flawless performance, but faithful proximity. The glory you carry has cost you. Others may not have seen it. But I saw. I saw the nights you stayed in prayer when you could have run. I saw the boundaries you set, the silence you kept, the dreams you buried. I saw you surrender what others were chasing, because you chose me over momentum. And I say to you, I do not overlook sacrifice. Every no you gave for my sake has become a yes in heaven. Every time you turned down compromise, every moment you chose character over clout, every time you held truth instead of trading it for comfort, I wrote it down, and I remember. You carry my glory now. Not because you chased it, but because you hosted me when no one was watching. But to carry my glory, you must remain set apart. Not isolated, but consecrated. I'm not calling you to loneliness. I'm calling you to focus. There are places I'm taking you that require less clutter and more clarity. Not because I want to restrict you, but because I want to release power through you. And power flows best through the pure. This is where many fall. They begin in fire and end in noise. They start in surrender and drift into self. But you will not, because I am drawing you deeper, not wider, higher, but also holier. You were not made to blend in. You were not made to be relatable. You were made to be a revelation of what it looks like when someone stays close to me. Let me clarify. I'm not calling you to perfection. I'm calling you to presence, to abide, to remain, to return quickly when you drift, to recognize my voice above the others. That's holiness, not rigidity, not rule following, but relationship so alive that it changes how you walk, speak, and live. Set apart doesn't mean sterile. It means sensitive. It means you hear me when I say, don't say that. You pause when I whisper, wait. You obey when no one else understands. You are not weird. You are wired for this. I created you with sensitivity, not to be fragile, but to be in tune. You pick up on what others ignore. You feel the room when you enter. You sense the tension others miss. That's not a flaw, that's formation, that's discernment. And I gave it to you for this reason, to carry me well. But know this, carrying glory costs. It will cost popularity. It will cost shortcuts. It will cost some circles. You will be misunderstood, not because you're confusing, but because clarity intimidates those hiding in compromise. Do not shrink to be understood. Do not dilute to be embraced. Your purity is not outdated. Your fire is not too much. You are a burning lamp, and those who walk in darkness will not always applaud your flame. But do not dim it. I lit it. And what I've ignited, I will sustain. There will be days when you feel alone, not because I've left you, but because I've pulled you into deeper alignment. When others run ahead, you'll stay. When others choose noise, you'll choose stillness. When others bend, you'll break, but only before me. Let that breaking be beautiful, because I do my greatest work in surrendered soil. I am not wasting your hiddenness. I am growing you in silence. You are not behind. You are becoming. Child, protect your oil. Don't pour where I haven't sent you. Don't compromise what I paid to deposit in you. You are not called to be everywhere. You are called to be effective. Even Jesus said no. Even Jesus walked away. Even Jesus guarded his time with me. And you must too, because your effectiveness is not in your exposure, it's in your obedience. I will continue to prune, not to punish, but to produce. There are places in your life I will touch again. Habits I will highlight, relationships I will review, and I need your permission to rearrange, because glory cannot sit on chaos. Weight cannot rest on what's crumbling. Let me stabilize your inner world. Let me purify the places where old wounds still whisper. This next wave requires wholeness, not perfection, but healed alignment. You will walk differently. You'll see temptation for what it is, distraction. You'll notice cycles before they form. You'll feel checks in your spirit when something is off. And you will listen. You are maturing, not in age but in awareness. This is what it means to be set apart, not to be untouchable, but to be usable. I will use you to bring healing. I will use you to speak truth. I will use you to pierce through pretenses with peace, but only if you stay near, only if you remain pliable. Glory rests on humility, not self-hatred, not false modesty, but true, open dependence. The moment you try to carry this alone, you will feel it start to crush you. But the moment you return to me, I will carry you. So here is my invitation again. Let me have all of you, not just your gifts, not just your yes, but your desires, your temptations, your weak places, your unspoken longings. Bring them into the light. Let me show you that nothing is safer than being fully mine. You are not just called, you are being kept, and you are now being commissioned, consecrated, covered, confirmed. Glory will rest, because surrender has risen. My child, listen now with deeper ears. You have learned how to wait. You have learned how to yield. You have learned how to remain when others ran. And now I am teaching you how to walk in power. This is not power the way the world defines it. This is not about control. This is not about applause. This is about authority born from intimacy. You do not earn it. You do not force it. You receive it when your heart and my heart are in rhythm. Authority flows from alignment. Do not mistake busyness for power. Do not confuse boldness for arrogance. The greatest authority comes from the greatest surrender. When you stay low before me, you stand tall before men. When you yield to my whisper, you speak and creation responds. When you remain dependent, you release freedom. I am giving you the ability to decree, but only because you have chosen first to obey. I trust your voice because I have tested your silence. You passed the hidden tests. Now your words will carry weight, not merely sound. You will command atmospheres. Rooms will shift when you speak, not because you demand it, but because I dwell within you. Fear will loosen its grip, confusion will dissipate, heaviness will lift, not because you shout, but because you have stood in my presence. You will pray and heaven will echo. You will declare and angels will be assigned. You will speak peace and storms will obey, not because you are perfect, but because you are positioned. You do not stand in your strength, you stand in mine. This is the walk of power. It is quiet confidence. It is holy boldness. It is relentless tenderness. You will not lord over others. You will serve them with authority. You will not control atmospheres. You will align them with my spirit. You will not strive to be heard. You will speak, and those whose spirits are ready will hear. But know this: power is for purpose. I do not release authority so you can build your own name. I release it so you can establish mine. Where there was bondage, you will speak freedom. Where there was deception, you will release truth. Where there was death, you will declare life. The power I give is not ornamental. It is operative. It is active. It is missional. You have been prepared to carry this because you chose to carry my heart first. You are stepping into divine favor. Yes, favor will follow this authority, not favor to flaunt, but favor to function. I will open doors that no man can shut. I will align divine partnerships. I will release provision without striving. This is not because you manipulated moments, but because you matured in private. Your name is known in heaven now, not because of platform, but because of perseverance. And I honor what the secret place built. You will see divine acceleration. Things that once took years will happen in moments. Opportunities you thought were lost will resurface with ease. But hear me. Stay grounded. Favor without intimacy is fleeting. Favor with intimacy is legacy. You will face opposition, but from victory, not for victory. You will see the enemy resist. Do not panic. He resists because you are now dangerous. Your prayers shake foundations. Your worship dismantles strongholds. Your presence carries weight that darkness cannot withstand. Do not be afraid of resistance or rejoice. It means you are advancing. You do not fight for approval. You fight from assurance. You know who you are now. You know whose you are now. The enemy's lies will sound weaker. His accusations will lose power. His threats will not stick, because your identity is sealed. This is how you walk now, step by step, but each step in sync with heaven, decision by decision, but each decision directed by my spirit, word by word, but each word saturated in grace and truth. You do not need to rush, you do not need to force, you only need to follow. And I will lead you into rooms you didn't campaign for, into influence you didn't manufacture, into platforms you didn't purchase. Because I am the God who promotes the faithful, I lift those who lift me first. Stay soft while standing strong. You will speak hard truths, but do so in love. You will dismantle deception, but do so with tears, not triumphalism. You will carry glory, but carry it with humility. This is the walk of power, strong and soft, bold and broken, public and private. Remember, I am your source. If you feel dry, return to me. If you feel overwhelmed, rest in me. If you feel under attack, hide in me. Authority is not independence. It is increased dependence. Stay connected. Stay teachable. Stay grateful. And I will continue to increase the measure, not for you to boast, but for me to be known. The walk of power begins here. You will no longer whisper your prayers in fear. You will no longer tiptoe through divine opportunities. You will no longer downplay the mantle I have placed on you. You will walk in authority, not to dominate, but to liberate. You will release others into freedom because you chose to stay free. You are a carrier now, of glory, of truth, of fire. Walk on, my child. Walk boldly. Walk wisely. Walk tenderly. You are ready. And so, we move forward together. My child, draw near again. You have walked through the valley of hiddenness. You have been refined by waiting, shaped by surrender, and anchored by intimacy. Now I say to you, it is not good for you to walk alone, not because you are weak, but because purpose thrives in partnership. I designed you not only for personal communion, but for divine connection. You were never meant to carry the mantle alone. You were never meant to pour endlessly without being poured into. So listen carefully. This is the season of alignment. I am sending people, not just friends, not just acquaintances, not just helpers. I am sending kingdom allies. People who carry pieces you do not. People whose voices will echo my own. People whose presence will sharpen and strengthen your assignment. They will not compete. They will complete. They will not drain. They will discern. They will not just see you. They will see through you, past the image, into the calling. And you will see them too, because your discernment has been sharpened. You will recognize covenant when you see it. These divine partnerships are strategic. Do not dismiss them because they come in unfamiliar packages. Do not reject them because they do not mirror you. I am sending diversity, not for division, but for depth. Some will bring wisdom, some will bring strength, some will bring creativity, some will bring correction. All will bring my fingerprint. You will know them by peace. You will know them by fruit. You will know them because they will call you up, not out. Watch for these connections. Treat them as holy, but be wise. Not every person is for every part of your journey. There will still be those who cling, but are not called. You must discern the difference between those I send and those who simply showed up. There will be voices that flatter. Reject them. There will be companions of convenience. Release them. There will be familiar faces tied to old seasons. Bless them, but do not bring them forward. Your circle must be pure, not popular. Do not grieve over those I remove. If they leave, they were not aligned for where you are going. Release quickly. Cling tightly only to those I reveal are covenant. Covenant partners are mirrors and mantles. They will reflect back to you what I say about you. They will challenge the drift when you grow weary. They will remind you of vision when storms blur your sight. And you, child, will do the same for them. This will not be a one-sided pouring. This will be mutual sharpening. Iron will sharpen iron. Love will refine love. Honor will elevate honor. The days of one-sided relationships are over. I am bringing equally yoked allies. Not perfect, but postured. Not flawless, but faithful. With divine connection comes divine multiplication. What took you years alone will take only months together. Where you once toiled in isolation, you will now build in unity. Because I have ordained this principle. Where two or more gather in my name, I move among them with power. Agreement unlocks acceleration. Unity releases authority. This is why hell fights alignment. This is why division feels easier. This is why isolation feels safer. But no more. You are stepping into collaborative grace. You will dream together. You will build together. You will intercede together. And you will celebrate together. As heaven backs what unity births. Guard the atmosphere of your partnerships. Do not allow offense to fester. Do not permit jealousy to poison. Do not let insecurity suffocate what I have ordained. Keep short accounts, forgive quickly, speak honestly, celebrate lavishly. The enemy loves to divide destiny bearers, but you, child, will choose a higher way, because your mission is too vital to be distracted by petty offenses. Your calling is too holy to be contaminated by comparison. You will love with purity. You will partner with purpose. You will move in synchronized obedience. Some partnerships will be temporary, others eternal. Do not force every relationship to fit forever. Some are for seasons. Some are for assignments. Some are for life. Trust me with the distinction. I will show you. Release what I say release. Hold tight to what I say hold, and let me be Lord over all. You will also be called into strategic connections beyond friendship. Boards, rooms of influence, tables of decision. I will send you where your voice will carry weight, not to dominate, but to represent my kingdom. Do not shrink in those moments. Do not apologize for favor. You are not intruding. I invited you. Speak with wisdom. Move with grace. Represent me well. You do not need to prove yourself in those rooms. You only need to reflect me. My child, this is divine partnership. Partnership with me first, so that partnership with others flows pure. You will know my voice, so you will trust the voices I send. You will walk in my spirit, so you will connect with those equally spirit-led. You will carry my heart, so you will be safe for others running after me too. This is the season of connection. I am weaving a tapestry. I am aligning destinies. I am bringing together puzzle pieces, and you are part of that divine design. No more isolation, no more wandering, no more just me and God. I am bringing family. I am building teams. I am establishing kingdom alliances, and through them, you will do more than you ever imagined. Prepare your heart, prepare your hands, prepare your table. I am sending them now, and together, you will not only walk into promise, you will advance my kingdom. My child, come closer still. You have embraced process. You have walked through the refining. You have yielded to my timing. You have accepted divine partnership. And now, I bring you into the understanding of legacy. For what I am doing in you is no longer just about you. It is about what will remain when you are no longer in the room. You ask me to fulfill promises. I am answering by establishing a work that will outlive your days, because my plans are generational, my movements are eternal, and my glory seeks not only to visit, but to abide. Legacy is not about fame. Do not misunderstand. I am not speaking of names in lights or monuments in your honor. I am not speaking of applause or admiration. I am speaking of impact that carries weight long after your voice grows quiet. Legacy is what remains when emotions fade. Legacy is what speaks when your mouth rests. Legacy is what continues when your hands release, and child, you are stepping into legacy now. This is why the process was so intense. The pressure was not to punish you. It was to preserve what you will leave behind. The fire did not destroy you. It purified what will flow from you into others. You thought I was only preparing moments, but I have been preparing movements. You asked me for breakthrough for yourself. I am answering with breakthrough for others through you. This is legacy, not a possession, but a passing, not an experience, but an impartation. You will begin to see the shift, where once you asked, "What can I receive?" you will now ask, "What can I release?" Where once you wondered, "When will I be fulfilled?" you will now ask, "Who can I pour into?" This is the shift from arrival to assignment. You are no longer just a recipient of grace. You are becoming a distributor of grace. The wisdom gained in the waiting will become instruction for those just beginning. The authority birthed in private will become security for those who feel unsteady. The tears you once hid will now water seeds in hearts that long for hope. You are becoming a builder, not of your own house, but of my kingdom. Builders think beyond seasons. A builder sees beyond comfort. A builder plants trees whose shade they may never sit under. A builder lays foundations deep enough for generations to build upon. And child, I call you my builder now. You will dream, but not selfish dreams. You will envision, but with eternity in mind. You will pray, but not only for personal need, for generational breakthrough. Your prayers will build paths for your children. Your worship will set altars for your children's children. Your obedience will echo long after your name is whispered in the earth. Legacy is costly. It will ask you to continue when others quit. It will require you to carry when others consume. It will demand that you live not only for yourself, but for the unseen future. But fear not. I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I am the God who fulfills generational covenants. I am the God who remembers long after man forgets. I am the God who watches over legacy like a gardener tends to his most precious seed. You will not labor in vain. The seeds you sow now, in faith, in tears, in trust, will break ground at my appointed time. And the harvest will be beyond your lifetime, but not beyond your reward. For what you build in surrender, you will enjoy in eternity. You will disciple. Yes, you will raise others now, not from a place of superiority, but of stewardship. You will father and mother movements. You will call forth sons and daughters in the Spirit. You will champion voices that once hid as you did, because legacy multiplies, not hoards. You will not compete with the next generation. You will prepare them. You will not silence them. You will empower them. You will not cling to your position. You will release them to soar higher, and in doing so you will step into your greatest joy, watching my glory increase long after your assignment is complete. Guard your heart in this. Legacy is holy, and so it will be opposed. The enemy will tempt you to protect your platform. He will whisper that no one can carry what you carry. He will try to stir fear of being replaced. Reject these lies. Your ceiling is meant to be their floor. Your victories are meant to be their momentum. Your wisdom is meant to be their inheritance. You are not being replaced. You are becoming a foundation. And foundations are never removed. They are revered. You will become a well. Many will draw from what I've deposited in you. Some will come thirsty. I will satisfy them through you. Some will come broken. I will heal them through your yielded hands. Some will come lost. I will find them through your faithful presence. You will not run dry, because those who pour from presence are always replenished. I am your source. I am your sustainer. You will give, but never lack. You will serve, but never strive. You will lead, but never lord. Because you know now, it was never about building your kingdom, but releasing mine. This is legacy, my child. Not what you gather, but what you give. Not what you achieve, but what you release. Not what you hold, but what you leave behind. You asked me for impact. I gave you influence. You asked me for fulfillment. I gave you future generations. And I say to you now, you are no longer only one who waits. You are one who now builds for those who will come. What began in waiting grew in warfare, deepened in worship, and flourished in obedience, is now maturing into legacy. Prepare to release. Prepare to train. Prepare to raise. Prepare to leave something that lasts beyond your breath. This is holy. This is weighty. This is my delight in you made visible to the earth and heaven alike. What you build will remain, because I myself will establish it, and no wind, no opposition, no passing generation will erase what I plant through you, because you are mine, and everything that is born from me lives eternally. My child, hear me clearly now. You have known me in whispers. You have followed me in hiddenness. You have trusted me through long nights and silent seasons. But now, I call you to stand boldly. For the work I have begun in you was never meant to remain concealed. What I have poured into your depths must now pour into the earth. You asked for power, I gave you purity. You asked for platforms, I gave you perseverance. You asked for speed, I gave you surrender. And now, because your roots are deep and your walls are down, I place upon you a mantle of boldness. Boldness is not loudness. Do not mistake volume for authority. I am not asking you to shout. I am asking you to speak when others cower. I am not asking you to strive. I am asking you to stand. Boldness is the posture of the heart that refuses to back down from what is holy. You will not apologize for the fire I placed in your bones. You will not dilute the truth to be more acceptable. You will not lower your standards to remain comfortable, because now, you know me too deeply to pretend otherwise. The days of shrinking are over. You once hid your wisdom to avoid intimidating others. You once muted your discernment to keep the peace. You once played small so others would not feel insecure. But child, hear me. Shrinking is not humility. True humility agrees with what I say. True humility steps forward when I call. True humility carries the weight of responsibility with grace and without apology. You will no longer diminish yourself to comfort complacency. You will no longer hide your light to protect shadows. You will no longer walk in fear of rejection, because I, the Lord your God, have approved you. And when heaven approves, no earthly voice can revoke. I will give you bold words. You will declare what others avoid. You will confront what others excuse. You will release what others suppress, not from arrogance, but from assignment. When you speak, it will pierce. When you prophesy, it will shift. When you correct, it will cleanse. When you release, it will build, because your voice is now my vessel, and I will speak through it with tenderness and truth, authority and love. You are not just a mouth, you are an oracle. Boldness will cost you comfort. Not all will celebrate your courage. Some will mislabel it as pride. Some will resist, for your clarity will expose their compromise. But do not flinch. I did not call you to be liked. I called you to be light. I did not choose you for acceptance. I chose you for alignment. Do not water down revelation to maintain relationships. Do not adjust conviction to avoid conflict. You do not need to fight back. You need only to stand. Your stability will silence critics. Your consistency will convict hearts. Your compassion will break through resistance. You will model boldness with love. This is not a reckless boldness that crushes. This is not a careless boldness that wounds. This is heaven's boldness. Bold enough to speak truth with tenderness. Bold enough to love those who misunderstand. Bold enough to stay unmoved when storms rise. You will carry fire without burning others. You will carry firmness without forsaking mercy. You will carry certainty without losing sensitivity. This is boldness rooted in me. Boldness will open divine doors. Because you dare to speak, I will place you before kings. Because you dare to lead, I will give you nations. Because you dare to obey, I will release supernatural strategies. Boldness will not isolate you. It will elevate you in purpose. Watch and see. I will cause rooms to shift when you enter, not because of personality, but because of presence. I will cause assignments to seek you out, not because of ambition, but because of alignment with heaven. You will walk boldly, but wisely. This mantle does not make you reckless. It makes you responsible. You will weigh your words before speaking. You will inquire of me before acting. You will release only what heaven breathes upon. This is not boldness rooted in flesh. This is boldness married to discernment. You will carry authority without agenda. You will influence without manipulation. You will lead without lording. This is my decree over you. You are a forerunner. You are a voice. You are a standard bearer. I have raised you for this hour. You will not faint. You will not fall back. You will not blend in. You will walk as my own, boldly, humbly, tenderly, powerfully. Because this is not self-confidence. This is not ego. This is not bravado. This is divine confidence born from divine commissioning. Go forth, child. Where others hesitate, you will step in. Where others silence, you will declare. Where others bow to pressure, you will remain unshaken. Not for your sake, but for my name. You will not build your brand. You will not chase relevance. You will not crave applause. You will walk boldly, Because you walk with me. And when you walk with me, boldness becomes your nature, not your effort. The mantle has fallen. The fire has been kindled. The voice has been released. You are bold, because you are mine. You are brave, because you are beloved. You are fearless, because you are filled. Step forward. Stand tall. Speak life. The earth is waiting, and heaven has said, now is the time. My child, stand still for a moment. Not because I am withholding, but because I want you to feel the shift in the air. Can you sense it? The weight is lifting. The ache is turning into answers. The long nights are folding into long-awaited light. This is fulfillment, not a dream, not a future hope, not a distant prophecy. This is the beginning of the reality I have spoken over your life. You waited. You did not understand the timeline. You questioned the silence. You wept in the unseen corners of obedience, but you never let go. You did not abandon me, and now I fulfill what I promised. Not out of obligation, but out of delight. You see, I was not only preparing the promise for you, I was preparing you for the promise. And now, both are ready. This is not just a good season. This is a divine appointment, a holy collision of prophecy and preparation. What I spoke in the quiet is about to echo through the visible. What you only dreamed of in prayer is about to walk into your life. You will touch what you once only believed for. You will hold what you once only saw in visions. You will walk in what you once only hoped was possible. And when you do, you will know. This was the Lord's doing. And it is marvelous in your eyes. But understand this. Fulfillment is not the finish line. It is the crowning of obedience. It is the beginning of stewardship. It is the birthing of impact. You will not idolize the answer. You will not cling to the breakthrough more than the one who broke through for you. You will not turn the promise into your identity because you've been formed too deeply for shallow celebration. You will enjoy this season, but you will not be distracted by it. You will steward it, not hoard it. You will multiply it, not worship it. This is your crown, but it's not made of gold. It is made of faithfulness. It is made of fire. It is made of surrender. The promises I fulfill now carry generational echoes. What you walk into is not only for your joy, it is for many others who will walk in your footsteps. You waited in purity, so I can trust you with influence. You endured in silence, so I can now release sound through you. You obeyed when nothing moved, so I can now move through you with power. You will not flaunt what I give. You will testify. You will say, "Look what the Lord has done," and hearts will believe again, and weary hands will rise again, and buried dreams will breathe again. Because the fulfillment in your life is not for attention, it is for revival. Watch now as the doors open without your knocking. Favor will meet you before you speak. Provision will flow before you ask. Healing will spring up in places you once carried pain. The places of your greatest sorrow are becoming the altars of your greatest songs. You thought it would take years, but now you'll see what obedience in hiddenness can accomplish in a moment of divine acceleration. Because you did not rush ahead, you are now in perfect timing. Because you did not force my hand, you now walk in my handcrafted unfolding. But hear me. Fulfillment requires intentional living. Do not forget the path that brought you here. Return often to the place of prayer. Stay close to the fire that refined you. When people praise the fruit, remember the root. Stay childlike. Stay grateful. Stay hungry. Because fulfilled people must remain dependent people. You are not self-made. You are God-carried, and I will continue to carry you. Let this be your rhythm. Celebrate without pride. multiply without greed, receive without resistance, share without hesitation. You will be known as a well. People will come not just for your wisdom, but for your witness, not just for what you say, but for what your life has become. You are the message now. You are the miracle now. You are the evidence of endurance and the living echo of my faithfulness. You are not who you were when the promise was first spoken. You are stronger. You are steadier. You are softer and more surrendered. You are whole. And because of that, you will not be overwhelmed by blessing. You will carry it with grace. You will wear it with worship. Because you know now, the gift is never greater than the giver. And I, the giver, am pleased with you. The crown of fulfillment sits upon your life, not made by man, not shaped by striving, not stolen by the enemy. This one is from me. This one is for you. Not because you earned it, but because you believed me when nothing made sense. You stood in faith. You walked in trust, you warred in worship, you stayed in me, and now I stay in what you're walking into. You are not walking alone, you are walking with my hand upon your head and my promise under your feet. So now, my child, go forward with no fear, with no doubt, with no apology. You have been crowned in completion. And what I start, I finish. What I build, I bless. What I promise, I fulfill. This is not the end. It is the rising. It is the ruling. It is the reigning. You are my fulfillment on earth. You are my reminder to others that I never forget a seed of faith. You are my glory. Walking, you are my promise alive. So wear your crown humbly, walk with your head held high, and let the world see what I fulfill, I sustain. My child, come closer. You have received promises. You have endured the pressing. You have carried glory. You have released legacy. You have walked boldly. You have entered fulfillment. And now, I draw you into something even greater. Not a new assignment, not merely a new season, but a new existence. This is not about what you do. This is about who you become. You are entering the era of oneness with me. This was always my goal. From the very beginning, before the wilderness, before the wait, before the calling, before the crown, I wanted union, not performance, not appearances, not religious effort. I wanted you and me, inseparable. Not you running for me, not you working for me, not you proving yourself to me, but you living from me. This is the place of divine rest. You will no longer strain to sense me, because you will know that I am ever near. You will no longer anxiously ask for direction, because my whisper will feel like your own breath. You will no longer wonder if you are aligned, because we will walk as one mind, one heart, one rhythm. You have moved from servant to friend to dwelling place. You are my habitation now, not occasionally, not on your best days, always. I am not visiting. I am not passing through. I am not coming and going. I am abiding. I have made my home within you, and you are learning to live in the awareness that you lack nothing because I am everything. In oneness, the striving ends. You will not need to force open doors. You will simply walk where I lead. You will not chase opportunities. Opportunities will chase your obedience. You will not wear anxiety as armor. You will wear peace as your portion. You will not react to pressures. You will respond to my presence. You will not wrestle for clarity. You will rest in my constant counsel. Oneness will redefine your daily living. Morning will be met with communion, not confusion. Decisions will flow from wisdom, not worry. Conversations will carry grace, not guardedness. Even your silence will be powerful, because I will speak through your stillness. Wherever you go, I go. Whatever you touch, I touch. Whatever you carry, I breathe upon. Your life will become a living altar. Your movements will become divine choreography. Your words will drip with oil from intimacy. Because you and I will no longer be separate pursuits. We are now one expression. This is the maturity of faith. Childlike wonder, still present. Holy reverence, still burning, but now wrapped in the ease of oneness that no longer fears separation. You are learning what Jesus declared. I and the Father are one, not as distant theology, but as daily reality. And from oneness comes the purest impact. You will love effortlessly. You will lead humbly. You will give joyfully. You will intercede naturally. You will create prophetically. Your life will become a stream that makes glad the heart of God and heals the hearts of people. You will not need to strive to bear fruit. You will bear fruit because you are abiding. Oneness will also be your protection. You will not be tossed by false doctrine. You will not be shaken by storms. You will not be seduced by distractions. You will not be overcome by persecution. Because in union, my strength becomes your stability. In union, my discernment becomes your shield. In union, my promises become your default perspective. Fear will no longer rule. Panic will no longer partner with your thoughts. You will become anchored and unmovable. This is your final invitation, beloved. Not to visit me when needed, not to reach for me when desperate, but to remain in me without interruption. Let this be your new normal, breathing with me, thinking with me, loving through me, moving by me. Union, unbroken, unending, unshaken. And now hear my decree over you, the seal upon this journey. You have been purified in the fire. You have been prepared in the waiting. You have been positioned in obedience. You have been promoted through surrender. And now, you are possessed by my Spirit in fullness. You are my resting place. You are my voice in the earth. You are my partner in purpose. You are my beloved in whom I delight. Go forth, not as one seeking any more, but as one who has found and been found. Go forth, not as one hoping for access, but as one who now lives in the Holy of Holies daily. Go forth, not as one wondering if I will move, but as one who now knows. I move in you. I live in you. Remain in you, and through you the earth will see me, know me, and worship me. This is the era of oneness, and you, my child, are fully alive within it.